Hey everyone, it's the psychopathic one, finally back with the Twisted Metal Retrospective. This is going to be a re-recording because YouTube it's acting all wacky is the best way to put it. And sorry about the microphone, I cannot fix it, sorry, so, yeah. Hopefully, I'll figure it out eventually, but anyways, we are now on let me pull up my, archives here. We are on part 8 of the GTA Retrospective, and this time I'm going to be talking about the very first Grand Theft Auto to be transported to PSP. This was later ported to the PlayStation 2 when you can only get them through PlayStation systems, and that is Liberty City Stories. This is, like I said, the first prequel, and the reason I say first is because there's another one out there which I'll get to in a later video. This one features Tony Cipriani from the third game as a fully playable character. Your costumes, you cannot change, like, your top, your bottoms, your accessories or anything like that. Your costumes are just given to you as a whole. And there are different forms of costumes though, so there's a lot of unlockables, and this is also voted as the best prequel to the Grand Theft Auto series. A lot of people say that this also has some love-hate relationships too. And here is the inside. This is the double pack version. And they got it set up like in the instruction booklet. They got the artwork set up like a news article, which is really cool too. The graphic style, which a lot of people, if you don't notice, went back to the style of Grand Theft Auto 3. And you'll notice that if you pay really close attention to it. And this is also made by a third-party developer called Rockstar Leeds. There on the back is the logo for Rockstar Leeds, and this also happens to be the first one where the theme song is actually, it went down pretty much in video game history as like a new classic. And everybody I ask says, what's your favorite part about Grand Theft Auto Liberty City Stories? And they all say the theme song and the gameplay. Speaking of which, let's get into the gameplay now. You no longer have a respect meter, and this game came out right after, 2 years after to be exact, 2 years after San Andreas, so they got rid of the respect meter, which is understandable because the game, it's a medium storyline, meaning that it's not too long, but it's also not too short. The missions now consist of, we've got racing, a couple of racing missions to be exact. We've got hunting missions, like where you have to hunt down and kill a person. We've got rescue missions. We've got stealth missions. One stealth mission to be exact. We've got an army of one mission where you are going head to head against as many people as possible, and then we've got group missions or gang missions where you're finally a part of the gang and the gang's helping you out. That's in other games too, but other Grand Theft Auto games, I mean. But in this one, the gang actually is a lot more. The AI is better, so they actually went as far as actually giving the characters, like, even the non-playable characters, like that are mentioned, they at least get a medium part in the storyline. Like, they give you like a name, and they'll speak to you. They'll speak to your main character. And in case I haven't said it, but I probably did, but I'm gonna say it again. You play as Tony Cipriani. There's a photo of him. I think Tony Cipriani is a badass. He is really cool, and the language barrier is broken yet again in this game. Within the first mission, you hear him say "fucks." He calls some people "fucks," and we get introduced to some new gangs. We've got the Sindacos. There's a new Jamaican gang, but I forget the name of it. They actually help you out, by the way. But the Sindacos, they're basically the rival gang of Sal Leone. Yes, Sal Leone, like it showed on the disc, he is in the game. He looks almost exactly the same as he did in Grand Theft Auto 3. The year this takes place in, Liberty City Stories, I should focus in on that one, the picture. Focuses a lot in the setting of 1996. Yeah, it takes place in 1996, so the music is all from that era, 1995 and 96, maybe a little from 1994. But the way they did the music, they set it up to a more poppy feel, like it's more pop music than anything else. They got techno in there again. They got opera, they got the opera station, they got the Jamaican station, made a little rhyme there. And the talk radio and also the hosts are different. And there's this one character, Remy, who's a big part in the other prequel, but that's saved for later. But Remy is one of the radio hosts for Flashback FM, and he is incredibly hilarious. And they really focus really heavily on some comedy in there too. Like, they want to make you laugh, and this is not intended for people who are offended easily, so this game is incredibly offensive, a little bit on the same level as San Andreas. On the offensive meter, there's the label right there, and now there's just like no racist comments or anything like that, so that's good. But you can definitely tell they really tried hard. Let's talk about the glitches. You can crash into a wall and your vehicle will get stuck in some of the walls. But that happens very, very, very little, so that's good. Another glitch would be sometimes the button presses. You have to press the button more than once, which I'm not sure you can really consider that a glitch or not. Then there's graphical glitches, like some of the faces will be disfigured. also, some of the cars, I actually noticed this glitch, but not a lot of people might notice it. Some of the cars will crash into each other, like, one will come like this, and the other one like this. Sorry if you can't see it. And the other car will be connected behind it like this, and so. And I thought that was really weird. And the PSP port, left and right, was to change your weapons. And this one, it's the classic controls. L2 and R2 will switch between your weapons. R1 will aim your weapon. L1 will center the camera and change the radio station. And the up-down directional buttons don't do anything except for move around, and left and right to move around. The camera, the right analog stick I should say, the camera stick, you don't go into first-person view like you do in 3 and Vice City. And also, your character develops even though it doesn't have a respect meter and a character development meter. Your character does develop over time, not through gameplay, but through story-wise. Like, you really get to know where Tony is coming from. You even get some missions from your mother, which I found to be really hilarious. And also, there were supposedly some extra missions, but they were left out. And even on the PSP version, the original version of it, the exact same missions from the PSP version are transported perfectly to the Liberty City Stories PlayStation 2 version. And in case you've never seen what the original cover looks like, there it is. Gotta get the other one out of frame. There's Tony Cipriani right there. There's a sweet motorcycle. There's Vincenzo. He's one of the characters in the game. He's really funny, but I do not like the character otherwise than the fact that he's pretty funny. That's about it. That's all I like about him. You'll see why when you play the game. The game also consists of how well you do on each mission. Like, you can earn some extra rewards from the time it takes you. I don't know precisely what rewards there are. You also win some costumes when you beat each mission, which you can unlock some mini games and everything. Like, there's a mission for the Angels, I forget the name of it. The Angels of Vengeance, that's what I'm gonna call them, even though I'm not sure that's the name. The Angels of Vengeance outfit is pretty much motorcycle-based missions. Then there's a mission involving the overalls, which is called Slash TV, where you kill as many people as possible with your chainsaw or with any of your firearms. And if you make it through, I think, 5 stages, you win an extra costume, which I'm not precisely sure which costume. So, you can unlock tons of bonuses, and I mean tons of bonuses, and the secret packages are hidden really well. I could barely find about 3. I found about, I don't know, maybe 6. And also, people try really hard to ditch on this game before they even play it, because they think it's going to be just another Grand Theft Auto 3, which they want to remember Grand Theft Auto 3 for being Grand Theft Auto 3, and just because there's a series of prequel doesn't mean it's exactly the same, because like I said, this takes place before prequel. So yeah. And Rockstar North is back to them bad selves. And so that's good. And you can now, your character speaks a lot more. He speaks a lot more than what Tommy Vercetti would. Less than what CJ said. CJ talks a lot. And Cloud, who doesn't say anything, which he's from the third game if you don't already know. That's the character's name, Cloud. C-L-A-U-D-E, or Claude. And both of these games, like, if you play them all in order, you get a full-blown 3-part storyline. You get Grand Theft Auto, Grand Theft Auto 2, Grand Theft Auto 3, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Put them all together and put Vice City before 3, by the way. And you'll get one big, huge 3-part story. I should actually say 4-part story, but then there's the expansions, which would consist of it being 5 parts, and then put San Andreas, so 6. But anyways, storyline, the Grand Theft Auto storyline improves with each new game that comes out, and I love that about the series. The series is still going strong. The 5th one's going to take place in San Andreas, which I'm told. Just in Los Santos, though, so yeah. And anyways, I'll be back at some point to do retrospective of Grand Theft Auto Vice City stories. So I'm going to end, as I always do. This is Psychopathic One, signing off. Peace.